What up, people? Welcome to Coding Life as podcast
with the mics.
with the mic. So, as you all know, on this podcast we tackle things to do with tech, which is trending news on tech, and the who's in tech, and what you need to do in tech, and for you to fit into this growing industry. So on this specific segment of our podcast, we're going to tackle the emergence of coding curriculums in our lower classes schools, which I think the government is highly advocating for that. So we will be exploring that part of it, trying to unwrap and understand if it's the right thing to do, or is the right time to do it. So be sure to work with us as we unwrap the whole and map out the journey. And if you've not subscribed yet to our YouTube channel or our Spotify account, kindly do so. This is the moment to do so. Do so, and that will help us big time, because we'll be able to be able to push this content we are pushing, and also turn the post notification bell for you to receive notifications on the new videos that we release every day. Because for us, we release videos every day. You have to receive
your
content.
daily bread.
This should be your daily. We shoot every day, and we release content every day. So for you, it will be nice for us to feel there is someone out there listening to us. And also it would be nice for you to give us
reviews,
feedback in comment sections. For us to maybe it might be we need to improve on a specific part of the way we are doing the podcast,
and also learn from you as you learn from us,
or a compliment. Saying that on this specific that is, it would be nice, and it would push, it would motivate us big time for us to keep pushing. So subscribe, like our videos, and turn the post notification bell for you to be notified whenever we release new content. So Mike, on this specific topic that we are going to tackle today, for us, when we were growing up, the school system that we were using was 844 system, the old kind of system. Right now, kids are using CBC, which is overriding the 844 system. So for us, it was the learning was different, because you had to do if you're in primary school, you had the usual subjects, mathematics, chemistry, those. But there was no language that I think was touching on tech.
None.
And I feel like that learning system, that learning method that we found was not kind of encouraging technology, the growth of technology in lower classes. But I feel like the current education curriculum that is coming up, the CBC, I feel like it has been tailor made to allow even kids as low as class 1
to identify their talents, by the way,
to just venture into, to just grow up, being aware. Because I feel like for kids, it's not like you're teaching them for them to be engineers at that point. You're just instilling knowledge into them, for them to know there's this new career that I can pick up. Because I feel like for me, to be honest, I discovered about computer science and tech when I went to high school. And it was not computer science per se, it was IT. I just knew that everyone in tech world is an IT person.
An IT guru.
Is an IT. We used to. I didn't know there were programmers. I didn't for
the
that
specialization part of it.
I did. There were. You see that. Like right now, I know this field that we are in. It's so huge. You see, you have networking guys, we have programmers,
Machine learning.
you see, we have so many fields. Yeah, so we didn't have that chance of filtering that information when you're young. Like you see like something like being a doctor.
Yeah.
Because you're taught sciences in school.
Biology.
And when you go to high school, when you are selecting between physics and biology, you select based on what career you want to pursue.
Yeah.
You want to be a doctor, you go with biology. You want to be an engineer, you pick physics. You see that kind of setup. I feel for me it's very key.
Yeah.
And it builds that stability in knowing what you really want to pursue.
Yeah.
In future. So I feel what the government is trying to do with CBC, because CBC is tailored for children to experience things firsthand, for them to do things using their hands. Yeah, but I feel like now with technology, because they're introducing them to use laptops. Because I feel, when was the first time you touched a laptop?
A laptop. I think when my uncle, the first guy who went to university, that's when I came across a computer.
When was this?
And I think it was a Toshiba thing.
Yeah.
Sorry to say so.
Yeah,
it was a huge one.
Yeah, there's history between this huge Toshiba. In our first episode, we had a conversation about me having a specific laptop
with an extension.
Yeah.
So I think I remember then my uncle went to campus, and one day he came with a laptop, and that day I made that laptop and started playing games. Yeah, he gave me, I don't remember the name of the game, and I started playing that game, and I was like, this is my thing. Tech is there. I saw a spark in me. I want to know more about this tech.
The curiosity.
Yeah, how was this game here?
Yeah.
And how was it created?
Yeah.
You see?
When was this exactly? How? What specific? Are you grown up? Were you after? Is it after high school? Is it in high school?
I was in primary school.
Hey, then you were lucky, bana. For you touched your first laptop when you were in high school.
No, primary school.
Oh, you're in primary school.
Yeah. I think class 7. Class 7, class 6.
God damn.
But back then I wanted to be a dancer.
You see, do you know the first time I touched a laptop? For me, not even the first time I touched a desktop, that kind of setting was in high school. Before that, I didn't, leave alone a lap, even a phone. I was in high school, and if you go to like this, most schools nowadays have these computer labs. So I used to do computer as a nini. It was mandatory for us in Form 1 and Form 2 to do the computer language. But it's not per se, it's like the packages we usually do out here, because you're taught after Excel, all those, you're taught Excel, you're taught Word. It's pretty much the same. But the first time I encountered with a laptop, the first time I sat with a laptop was past high school. And it's pretty much around the time that I realized that there's this world of tech. Yeah, and also that triggered that first encounter with the laptop, my Toshiba. Here, you know the famous Toshiba. With my Toshiba.
Intel inakunga premium. Intel Duo Core.
It was a very huge laptop. Yeah, so it triggered that curiosity of me trying to me venturing into tech and all that. Yeah, so I feel like whatever the government is trying to do is something that it's well thought first
and crucial.
Yes, because you see, most people from these other countries, like these most developed countries, that's the kind of education system they have, because these kids are taught hands-on things. You see, so they're able to like decide what they want to do earlier in their life, and they're able to transition faster. Even if you decide right now you want to be a doctor, tomorrow you want to be an engineer, at least you have the chance to experience something. Although you're not dealing with, you're not operating for you to be a doctor. Yeah, but at least you get the chance to experience with the kind of learning curriculum they have. So I feel like it's valid, and it's going to increase the number of engineers we have in our country, because we are not so many per se. Right now it's when the interest is growing.
Yeah.
And if we have these kids grow up accustomed to coding, I feel like we are going to have one of the best engineers around. And these guys, because most of them they will know, and most of them because they're smart. We have very smart kids.
Yeah.
See the generation of kids. You see these kids that are being born right now.
They are so much curious.
For some reason, they are smarter than those kids, because these ones are being born at this technology age.
The Gen Z.
Yeah, the Gen Z. So I feel what the government is doing is, if we had the same opportunities, you see, for us we had it hard, because you see we had to. It's either you knew someone who is in the industry for you to venture into, but right now the government is bringing that to you.
Yeah.
They're bringing that information at grassroots level.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I know for some aspects, there are parents who are against it.
Yeah.
The CBC.
The rush.
Yeah, because for sure it's expensive, because if you see the things, there are things that kids wanaambiwa wapeleke to their schools. Some of them, to some extent, it's expensive because the parent has to cater for so many things to buy.
Learning materials.
Yeah, and every day your kid or kids require different kind of learning materials.
Yeah.
So if the government is able to cater for those, I feel like even the parents would embrace. Because I don't think there's a parent who doesn't want their kids to get access to that kind of knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because in this era of technology, why wouldn't you want your kid to have that kind of knowledge?
Also, Mike, I feel like being given a chance to explore different fields.
Yeah.
Like we have not only in tech, we have for example, they are being subjected to teaching. I saw a kid teaching, and also another kid he was on a patrol. He was acting as a traffic police.
Yeah.
So I feel like kids being subjected to these different opportunities, different industries.
Yeah.
At a young age, you are bridging a gap to when you grow up.
Yeah.
And you want to find it for yourself.
Yeah, because I've been through some weird experiences with some parents. Mostly where I come from. Because usually find that because this specific kid from this specific family was able to venture into tech, and they're doing well in tech. Another parent, because they see what this other kid is doing, and maybe that guy is making money and all, so they end up pushing their kids
to do the same.
Yeah, I've been through that.
Yeah.
And maybe their kids are not passionate about programming.
Yeah.
Or even anything to do with tech.
I've had the same experience.
Yeah, but you see, CBC is informing even the parents that your kid hates this field and this is what they prefer.
She or he is into this.
Yes. So I feel like and it's not only the learning curriculum that is enabling these kids to learn earlier, because I feel like right now most kids in the household, they have mobile phones.
Yeah.
Yes, most of them they have access to mobile phones,
to mobile and Wi-Fi and internet.
Laptops. They have access to the internet. Yes, most households at this time, like 80% of households in these urban areas like Nairobi, they have access to internet, thanks to our telecom companies that are making sure we have the best internet. Like now you see even the introduction of 5G, which is will also by Safaricom, which will also play a big role in improving the connectivity.
Yeah.
So even kids, when that tech curriculum is fine-tuned by the government, kids will have faster access to the internet, so they'll be able to get these things hands-on, and they'll be able to learn faster.
Yeah, I think one of the platforms, they are every home you find a kid with a smartphone.
Yeah.
He or she is on TikTok, full mode TikTok. If not TikTok, YouTube. I think there's also parental guidance we should put onto that, parents. If you're a parent and you're listening to this, I think make the bad side of it more of even if you are encouraging tech, the bad side of a kid being subjected to all this platform. Because if you are a parent and you don't control what the kid is doing with the phone, most of the time the kid might be subjected to but the bad side of the tech, which is not good at the long run.
I agree, because we have even cyberbullying nowadays, which is a real thing. But the part that I'm advocating for me is kids being aware of this new career path, and what makes you hear something that says what makes something tick. That is the curiosity of like, for me, when I think of something like TikTok or WhatsApp or whatever, my mind just thinks how whatever is in the back, not even whatever I'm seeing, because parental guidance, because nowadays some of these applications, they are just, they don't have restrictions on nudity, like, so to say. But me, I'm for kids being aware of this new industry that they can venture into, and and them having a fair, you see, when you have a couple of kids being aware of this new field, we'll have a fair chance for even poor kids from poor backgrounds, for them to venture into tech. Because you see, the government will provide the laptops and all, so we'll have equal chances. Because right now it's mostly based on who you know, as we were saying on the previous podcast. It's based on who you know. But I feel like with the way things are evolving, we're heading in the right direction. Yes, there's nothing that always has positive effects. Obviously there are negative effects, even
side of it.
Yes, there's the other side of it. But we try as much to advocate for the positive sides, but as we put restrictions on the negative sides. I feel like this introduction, the way kids are being introduced into tech, we are going in the right direction, be it by the government, be it by these learning institutions like the one we were talking about the other day, the Moringa and the kind, and even the parents themselves introducing their kids to tech by buying them mobile phones, giving them access, installing Wi-Fi into their homes, and making sure that their kids know there is a field called tech. You can be a software engineer.
Creating
and
that
it's possible.
awareness.
Because for us, when we were growing up, someone from your family being an engineer, that person was respected. You see that this person is an engineer.
The name carries some weight.
It had this weight that was, you see. But right now, if you want to be an engineer, you can be a software engineer
very fast,
as long as you're curious and you want to learn and you're passionate. So I feel like as a community, we're doing the right thing. We are approaching this technology adaptation the right way. We are embracing it per se, and then we are passing it to the kids,
our generation,
the right way. Because there was a time I was teaching kids. It's very interesting. I had a class.
Tell me about that time.
I was teaching these kids when they go on holiday. I had a class of like 12 kids.
12 kids.
Yes, I used to teach them programming. I was just giving them crash course. And it was interesting, let me tell you.
At what age?
They were mixed, so there were those that were they were juniors, others are small. To the youngest, which is I think like 5 years, 6 years.
That's nice.
6 years, 7 years there. Others up to the age like the oldest, like 17. So it was mixed around 7 years to 18 years.
How do you feel that the impact you give to those children?
I usually you see right now I was just instilling the knowledge, not even that they needed to learn to do Java or to do JavaScript or to write algorithm. No.
Okay.
The curriculum I was using at the time first is introducing them to, like, explaining to them in a layman's language what HTML is, what is programming per se, what is, you try and simplify before you you
give them the bones.
And it was very interesting. I used to look up to that because I used to teach them on Sato. I used to do like 3 hours.
3 hours session
per Sato. I would encourage
And how were the attendance?
Hey, they were keen. They were on time. At 2. We hit it up to 2, 3, up to 4, 5, 4:35.
What?
Yeah, we are sitting there. And it was remote. That's the good side. It was not like physical.
Oh.
We used to do it remote.
Like,
I give them
like
assignments.
Today you could say we are going to meet at this point.
Yeah, so we used to like communicate with the parents.
Okay.
And then say we are going to meet at tomorrow. Because maybe they're on holiday. You have to communicate when they're on holiday. Then you get a class. You send links. They join. Manzi, you teach them. It was one of the best experiences I've ever had in programming.
I like that.
Just sharing my knowledge to small kids. No, leave alone even me sharing to like interns who come to where we work and sharing that kind of knowledge.
That's really nice.
Teaching a kid. And that's how you start to.
But you do it yourself.
Yes, because now teaching someone like who doesn't know anything, it takes a lot. You have to pick what you know, which is let's say it's kind of complicated. You have to simplify it in a nice way,
step by step.
Yes, then unfold it for them step by step. Yeah, it was nice. Let me tell you, it was so interesting.
Did you face any challenge?
Not really.
Say so, but
not really. No, it was.
You're teaching a child to this thing called programming.
I was lucky the kids I was teaching, they were not like you see, you might teach others that are even sleeping there. They had the zeal, and they wanted to learn. They wanted to learn per se, and they were asking. You see, leave alone even these small ones, because these small ones you're just trying to unwrap the knowledge of that there is this, you can be this and this.
Give them the computer literature.
These older ones, they would ask you questions that would leave you
hanging and are curious.
They would ask you questions that will question how smart these, because they were very smart.
What?
They were very smart. Someone comes and tells you, see, you've taught them for like 2-3 weeks. The 4th week, they're even suggesting for you different kinds of editors. They know all that. They even writing code. Let me tell you. Yeah, it was so nice.
And to me, that is very encouraging.
Yeah, and that's what I'm
saying.
Even
the person who is teaching them.
I'm an advocate. Yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm an advocate of teaching kids to code.
I love that.
Because I know it's very interesting.
Yeah.
Yes. So if as a parent they're at home and if you feel like when your kids come from holiday and you want them to do something, I would urge and suggest that you find a way to make sure they're introduced to tech.
Look platforms. Now I think now it's good to
right
mention.
now you can take them. You see, you can take them to these schools. There are schools that usually pick up even kids that are in school. Not all of them, but the others that pick up kids that are in school.
Yeah.
Or you can get an engineer who is qualified and who is who you know knows their shit, and yes, you have to be around when your kids are taught, just to make sure they are not taught the bad things. But if you have a way to do it, I would urge you make sure your kids get access, because you will give them a head start in life. Per se. Because when they are done with high school, they can still make money when they're at home.
Another option, Mike, I would like to recommend is online platforms. There are online communities that are giving education.
Like
they're making it so simple. ALX. ALX, but ALX is kind of 1 year. 1 year, and then after that you do specialization. And they are there. Lax Academy.
So I would urge the same, because it's good for these young kids, these young lads, to know of programming, because it's a very interesting field that is gonna grow to, like, where we come from. You see, like in Africa, yes, technology is growing. And I feel like, you see the saying that says the sky is the limit.
The sky is the limit.
Right now, the sky is not the limit. Because we're even going to the moon, Elon Musk. And we're going to give into Mars. So there's, you set your own limits. So let's teach our kids coding, and let's build the nation together.
And big shout out to those companies that are offering coding learning materials. I had one in mind, but I'll leave that in our description. For those parents who want their kids to learn online. I think it teaches the children from low level to being this guy who is a computer literate and code.
Thank you guys for listening to that segment of how the government and this institution are introducing technology to our kids. So thank you for sticking around. I hope you can pass this word to your relatives or your friends, and just advise them to make sure that their kids get access to tech. And for sure, when they grow up, they're going to benefit big time. We are beneficiaries of tech, so we know. If we had that access when we were younger, it would have been
a very different story.
Which it's not. It doesn't mean we're in a bad place. But it would be nice to have that head start. So thank you for sticking around. And
I think, Mike, you should, as we wrap it up, a word for the parents, because they really play a very big role when we're an anchor into the tech.
As I've said, make sure your kid gets access to tech. Whichever means you use. We have so many engineers who are proficient in not every engineer can teach. There are those that are accustomed to working. They are very good, but if you have access to an engineer that can teach kids, make sure you
reach them.
Make sure you reach them for them to just talk to your kids. It doesn't have to for him to teach them, or him or her to teach them. It can be for them to advise your kids on these career paths.
And only it takes a spark.
It takes a spark for your kid to be great. So thank you for listening to us. And as we continue to build this content for you, kindly subscribe to our podcast, for us to make sure you get this information firsthand. So thank you for sitting with us and listening. Until next time, until next episode, until next topic, until next time.
Next time.
Cheers. See you.
Peace out.